So today I'm going to do a get to know me video. I know I've done a few videos now, but I've never actually introduced myself, and so I just thought it'd be quite a nice thing to do, kind of put myself out there, and it's the start of me sharing my life on my new platform. I do some quick questions and answers, just basic things that everyone would sort of know about someone. Why not share some things about myself? I got some questions off Google, like I think the actual title of the website I got off was like best questions for a first date, so we'll just skip past that. Pretend, you know, I was asked these by my huge fan base. Question number 1, my full name is Eva Ariel Calvert. My middle name, so I think my parents both came up with my Eva, but the Ariel my mum chose, and she loved the Shakespeare film, and Ariel was, what are they called? Like one of the mythical creatures, and she's really into like all her literature and stuff, so that's where Ariel comes from. And Calvert is my surname, and because of my job I like to keep my YouTube name Eva Ariel, just because I build to the customers with my surname. So my date of birth, I am a July baby. My birthday is the 7th of July 1999, so I'm now 21, and I love my birthday. Summer birthday, it's always good weather, but there was the bombings the 7th of July, so I mean I guess it's not so good in terms of that. But my birthplace, I was born in London, so I was born in St Guy's Hospital, because my mum used to have an apartment in Greenwich, so I lived there for about 2 months, and then I moved to where I live now, a county called Surrey, and I've literally lived here my whole entire life. I've moved house once. I had a house fire when I was in sixth form, so we had to move out for half a year, and we rented this house. But we were so lucky. We got, because they just felt so bad for us, they literally put us in this 4-bedroom house. I had my own ensuite. It was amazing, so I really didn't mind. My height is 5'8". I always say 5'7.5", but it is 5'8". When I was younger, I always used to be really self-conscious of my height, and as I've grown older, more people want to be taller, so I'm not self-conscious at all about it anymore. Yeah, I always used to like slouch and try and make myself look smaller. I think it's because at school all of the girls in my year were quite like petite and small, so I just wanted to be like them. But as I've grown older, I've realised you're your own person, you've got to be who you are. Like, don't hide it, like accept it and love it. 5, any siblings? Yes, I have 3 siblings. I have the most complicated family ever, because my parents split up when I was younger. I live with my mum now, I can't really remember any different, and my dad lives up in Yorkshire. I'm one of 4. Chris is the oldest, then Sarah, then Daniel, and then me. So I am the baby. They're all quite a lot older than me. My dad has been married a few times, and he's had children with each of the partners. So Chris comes from one, Sarah and Daniel come from the same, and then me. We're all really close, so I actually get really upset when people say, oh, you've got half brother. Like, no, it's a real brother. It's just quite hard, I think, because of the age difference. Like, they're all at different stages in their lives. Chris and Sarah both have little babies, so I've got lovely nieces and nephews, and they can kind of bond over that. And Daniel lives all the way in Tokyo now, so it's really hard to sort of stay in touch with him. But we're all really good. We're all stay in contact. We have a family group chat, and I love spending time with all of them. Question number 6, my A-level subjects. I regret this so much. When I was younger, I changed what I wanted to be all the time, but when I came to picking my A-level subjects, I was really into becoming a vet. So I picked my subjects based upon what you'd have to pick if you were to become a vet. So I picked biology, chemistry, maths and geography. In year 12 I just completely failed. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't even care. At that point in my life, I was like, what, 17. All I wanted to do was go to the parties, and like I did not care one bit about school. So I didn't do it, and I literally failed year 12. They wanted to keep me down a year, but I just cried for about 45 minutes to the head of year, and she let me stay in the same year. So if you ever want something, girls, the crocodile tears, they work. They do work. And when it came to leaving school, I hated maths. That was my worst. My favourite was geography, just purely because I loved my teachers and I loved the girls in my class. Like, every time I had a geography lesson or a free, I just thought, oh my gosh, this is the best thing of my day. Whenever I had maths, ugh. My teachers, actually, shame on you, they said to me at some points for like not going down a year, they were like, you're delusional, are you okay, like you're mad, and like they really put me down. Looking back, it did really knock my confidence, and now where I am, I've done so well. I came straight out of school and I did a degree apprenticeship with Microsoft, so they sponsored my degree and I worked for them full-time for 3 years, and I've just come on so much since. I've got a full-time job now, a first class honours in a business management degree, and I'm a qualified chartered manager, so they proven wrong. When you want to prove someone wrong, it feels so good when you finally do it. Always feels amazing. So did I do a degree? Yes, I did a business management degree at Aston University, which Microsoft picked. I didn't actually get to pick the course or the university, but I really enjoyed it, and me and my friend Chelsea did it together. Me and her were like a little pair all the time. The night before the assignments are due, we were messaging each other like, what do you do? And the other one was like, I don't know, I was about to ask you. We were clueless, but I managed to get first somehow, so that was brilliant. 7, my death row meal. So I think this question is really stupid, and it actually, something in James Smith's book that he pointed out is like, they shouldn't be allowed to have a death row meal anyways, but why would you want one? Like, you should just eat what you want all the time anyways. So to be honest, if I was to go on death row and I had to have a meal, I would genuinely have pasta, or I'd have my porridge. I love that so much. I have it every day. Like, that is what I'd have, and for dessert I'd probably have brownies, which is the thing I have all the time anyway. But yeah, I really don't like that question. If I was to rephrase it about what I'd have if I was in like I'm a Celebrity jungle, for starter I'd have garlic bread, for mains I'd have lasagna, or yeah, like a big pasta dish, and then for dessert I'd have a brownie, probably. I'm basic. I like my hearty Italian food. At the moment I'm really into these like arancini balls, which are basically deep fried balls of rice and mince and peas with cheese in, and oh, they are amazing. Like when you get them done by the proper place, like, they're really good, because you can't make them yourself. You can make pasta yourself, but these, they're so good, you can't do it yourself. Favorite color? Pink. I mean, I'm still wearing pink, but I love pink. All shades of pink: baby pink, hot pink, fuchsia pink, flamingo pink, every pink you can think of. I've got that color in my wardrobe, and that is the color of most of my favorite items of clothes. Favorite holiday destination? For my age, I've been to now quite many places. I mean, I've absolutely adored Mexico and Punta Cana in the Caribbean, because it was just so relaxing and tranquil. But I think I liked them the best purely due to the hotels I stayed at. I didn't actually go and explore the places because I think they're like classed as quite dangerous, and in Punta Cana there wasn't much to do. But Thailand was my favourite holiday of all. I went there when I was going from year 11 to year 12, and I went for 3 weeks with my mum and our family friends. It was the best holiday I've ever been to. I want to go back so badly. The food there was amazing, the people were so kind, the beaches were like what you see on the pictures. That is what the beaches were like. Everything about it was just amazing. It was almost like being in a completely different world. Obviously it's such a different culture there, there's different types of animals, the weather was amazing. I mean, there was actually quite a few monsoons when we were there. I remember on the way to the airport we got caught in this huge monsoon, and I thought we were gonna die. On the side of the roads there were cars floating, there was these men swimming past. I'm not exaggerating, there was people swimming past our van. Luckily we were in this huge minivan and we were so close to the airport, but I was actually terrified that the trees were blown down, and then it stopped about 10 minutes later. But yeah, I don't know how I got into the monsoons in Thailand, but Thailand has been my favourite destination. And in the future, I really want to go to Australia and America. My favourite YouTubers. My favourite YouTuber of all time is Ellie Darby. She is basically the girl that's inspired me to start my channel. Watching her start 4 years ago to where she is now, and document her whole process, moving in with Connor, getting a puppy, getting pregnant. That is what I want from my channel. I want to be able to look back in 10 years and think, wow, like when on the 8th of February at 7 PM I was recording my 4th ever YouTube video. Can't wait to look back on all my holidays with my friends and my memories and reflect on it. And so yeah, she's one of the ones that I love. Another YouTuber I love is probably Matt does fitness. I just think he's so funny. He's the one that's inspired me to do all these weird challenges. Like, his son Luca is so cute, and he's just got such a nice family dynamic. And then thirdly, Olivia Neal. She's just so funny. She's just, I can binge watch her YouTube videos and I will not get bored. And she needs to make some more because she's just hilarious. So yeah, Olivia Neal for that one. My favourite animal. I think my favourite animals, I don't have one. I love dogs, cats, horses. I know it's very typical. I've got my horse Bertie, I've got my 2 cats, but I really want to get a dog. I have planned out my future. I mean, watch me. In 10 years, not even 10 years, in 5 years, I'll have this. I'm gonna have an Alsatian or a boxer. I can't tell yet, called Simba. That I'm gonna get a dog. So I'd say maybe a dog, just because you can do more with them. Like, you can go on walks, you can play with them, you can cuddle. I mean, you can do this with cats as well. So I'm gonna have an Alsatian called Simba and get a kitten at the same time called Nala, because I love the Lion King. I just think they're cute names. They're gonna be best friends forever, and we're gonna get them as a puppy and a kitten so they love each other for the rest of their lives, and then they can't argue, or the dog can't eat Nala, the baby kitten. Question number 14. I think I'm getting these numbers completely mixed up, sorry, but the biggest struggle I've overcome. I have been so lucky in my life. Like, I've really not had to deal with much trauma. I've just had the most amazing circumstances, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've got. Definitely to do with my mental health in terms of my weight. I went from being like a size 10 and I lost, I think, 20 kilos, and it really doesn't even look that like extreme. Like, you'd think 20 kilos like whoa, but it doesn't seem that much. And I just became addicted. I just tracked every single thing I ate. I wouldn't go out to eat with my friends. Sometimes I couldn't sleep because I was so hungry, and getting out of that into such a good headspace now, I think that's the biggest struggle. I mean, I didn't have like any sort of eating disorder, but I'm very proud of myself for overcoming that. My worst habits. Oh, this is hard because I have so many bad ones. I think my worst habit is I do fear the worst. I always say what if. So like, oh well, what if that happened? Like, what if this? But like, you can't think like that because you got to live in the present. There's that saying, it's like, I can't remember, but too many people either live in the past or live in the future. And if you're not living in the present, your future's not going to be good, and you're always going to be contemplating your past. So I've got to live more in the present, not think about the what ifs, and just think about the what is at the moment. And another thing, I get really jealous. I mean, it's such a negative quality, like the green monster, it comes out in me. I'm really trying to stop it, but I am a jealous person. Do I speak any languages? I did a GCSE in Italian. I really think Italian and Spanish, like the Latin languages, are just beautiful languages. One of my New Year's resolutions last year was to learn a few words of Italian each day. I haven't done that. I will. I need to. I really want to start that. So I think I'm gonna sign up maybe next year. That can be my next year's resolution. Chiamo Eva. Il mio compleanno 7 luglio. Amo l'equitazione. That's what I remember from my GCSE. I just used to say them phrases on repeat and on repeat. Where do I want to live in the future? I think I'm quite a home bunny, and I do actually always see myself sort of living in England. Like, when I settle down and when I get older, I love English seasons. I think England is so beautiful in the summer, but I get really cold. I feel like sometimes I need to escape the English winters, and something I really wanted to do is in January one year go to Australia for 3 to 6 months of the year, and then come back here in the March, April time. I can see myself living in different countries for like very small periods of time whilst I'm traveling there and just exploring the cities, but I can never see myself fully relocating unless something were to completely change in my life. But yeah, I'm very settled here. Question 18. What are my life goals? In the long term, it's just to be completely happy within myself, in my confidence, in my life situation. Too many people that focus on, yeah, I want to have like 10 houses, I want to have a jumbo jet. Like, that would be great, but it wouldn't bring true happiness. That would bring temporary pleasure. have a really solid family and friendship group around me and to feel really inspired and motivated, and obviously have my health. Short term, I really want to, during lockdown, you know, do more YouTube videos, expand my channel more. Really, I'm manifesting, I'm putting in the universe, and travel more next year. That's a really big goal. Care less about what people think. People live in my head rent free, and it takes up my thoughts like quite a lot of the time, a lot more than it should. If someone isn't contributing to my life in a positive way, why should I care what they think? Number 19. What is a book that changed my life? I've read quite a few sort of self-development books, and they have really changed my life for the better. I read Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. That was really good. The second one I loved was How to Be a Badass. That was amazing. It just gives you a different perspective on life. And then thirdly, Not a Life Coach by James Smith. All of them I highly recommend. If you want to sort of get into the like books that change your life but you're really not into reading, I really recommend podcasts. I listen to at least one podcast a day usually on something like fitness, mindset, motivation, goal setting. I've done that for about a year now, and it's really helped expand my thoughts and how I think about different things, and just give me different perspectives. My favourite social media channel. This is hard. Facebook is my least. If YouTube counts as a social media channel, I'd say I love YouTube because there's just so many people you can learn from. And when I watch people on YouTube like Ellie Darby, I feel like she's my best friend and she doesn't know who I am. So I love it for that, but I don't know if that counts. TikTok is hilarious. I think when I go from TikTok to Instagram, I just think Instagram's so dull. Like, it's just quite a lot of people posing. It's just fake. It's all fake. But TikTok, it just, every time I go on TikTok, I feel good. I just laugh. I can't stop laughing. 3 things on my bucket list. 1, to go and travel loosely, but visit Australia, America, and go back to Thailand. So travel. I know I've said travel a lot, and I'm not sure if that's just down to Corona, like being cooped up in my house all the time, but definitely something to do with going to different places and just meeting new people and pushing myself out of my comfort zone with that. It's really hard, isn't it? I don't see the point of saying, yeah, in 5 years I'm gonna do a helicopter jump, whatever it's called, bungee jump. Like, why don't you do it tomorrow? Like, you don't know if you'll be here in 5 years. So I don't really have a bucket list, because everything that comes straight to my head, unless it's completely incapable, I do in the moment, and I'll book it and I'll get it in. Obviously I want to have children in the future, like maybe 2 or 3 kids. I'll just like have a little family unit of my Simbi, my dog, and my 2 kids. I mean, that would just be lovely. And obviously have like the perfect little family setup. That is definitely something, but I don't know if that's a bucket list. That's like a life goal. Thank you so much for watching my get to know me video. I hope you learned something new about me, and I hope you really enjoyed hearing some stuff. Comment below any videos, ideas you'd like to see in the future, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.